Okay, now moving on to my next dish here, which I'm equally excited by. I felt that the snails and the kind of really experimental Béarnaise sauce, which I think is really unfair to call it a Béarnaise sauce when in fact it was something really different, but it had the Béarnaise sort of base to it. So it's like a bit of a really kind of fantastic departure. And I think this one's similar. I will say that I've already tasted the sauce with it. And unlike a typical soy sauce for kind of a, seared tuna with kind of an Asian fusion feel to it, this one is actually an olive oil based soy sauce, which is already unusual. That's fusioned with a variety of herbs that you wouldn't typically find in a dish like this. One of which actually, which is not in fact an herb, is the vegetable cucumber, which actually adds a really interesting sort of underscore to the flavor of the sauce. And you can see they put the cucumber on top just in case perhaps you don't know what it is you're eating. And you get to have it there as it kind of marinates the rest of it. So let's see how it goes. Are you ready? And you guys are welcome to have some too. Wow, that's fantastic. One of the things that's really great about it is the top is really raw. The middle is cooked, it gets more cooked to go down, and the bottom is actually, I just get my food out of the bug, is actually caramelized. So what's really nice is that we have sort of a very sweet caramelized base that moves up, and then when you get to the top, then you have the flavors from the sauce really saturated, like they're permeating the taste on the top, but not in the same way on the bottom. I'd like to see what it tastes like with a little bit of this yellow pepper on the side, which I can see also has chopped up black olives in it, mixed with a little bit of it. Oh, look at that. Oh, check that out. Not only that, but we also get some ginger. That's ginger, isn't it? It is ginger. Yep. Well, I really couldn't taste that before. So I guess the flavors change as we move over the space of the dish. So what I wanted to do is get a little bit of cucumber in there directly with the peppers, and now with the ginger, all of it together, and see if that's the idea. I think that sometimes we have this inclination when we have a dish like this to imagine that the idea is to have all the flavors together at the same time. But I really don't think that's the idea behind this dish. I think this is really more of a journey. Like there's a whole sort of taste geography to this dish, and then actually you move across the geography and you experience different flavors as you move into different terrain. But for right now, I'm going to put it all together, so I like to do that also. Okay, that is just amazing. Explosion of sensations. I don't even know really what's going on. Like, I hardly even know what I'm saying to you right now. And I would not have expected that from a dish like this. So I gotta say that I'm hugely, hugely impressed. So, going back to our discussion, there is a significant degree of visceral electritude here. In terms of noise, all I've done is tried to process. I'm not really that invested, actually, in making sense of the food that I eat. I'm much more invested in how it tastes. In fact, I rarely need to know what goes in it. What I really am interested in is how I feel about it. And I'm also especially focused on my last bite. I always like the last bite to carry with me. They have the longest trace, the most residuality, and sort of what I would call an eventualization. It's an event with effective duration. So food that has effective presence has the power to influence us, has a greater degree of eventualization potential than other food. So eating it is an event, the eventualization is the event with duration, and it continues with me as I go. So very important, the last bite.